Hey guys, Netherite here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a rank system in Roblox Studio. So you can see I have this experience bar here and this tag. My rank is noob. If I were to gain experience, you can see my rank becomes semi-noob and my tag updates, and so does the experience bar. So if I were to just gain experience real quick, you can see I've ranked up to average. If I gain more experience, I rank up to pro, and if I gain some more experience, I rank up to godly, and if I update my experience again, you can see it says max level, and I can no longer rank up from here. Alright guys, I'm in my base play here, and the first thing we can do is we're going to add in our Leaderstats script. Alright. So what we could do is in server script service, we can go ahead and add in a script and rename it to Leaderstats. Now we can go ahead and get to scripting. So we're going to create a function when a player joins the game. So you can do game.players.player added :connect, and we're going to get a function. Alright. And then we can set the parameter to be a player, just like that. So when the player joins the game, we're going to get the player. And we're going to create a variable for the leader stats. So you can do local leader stats. It's going to be equal to instance.new. We're going to create a folder. We're going to set the parent of the folder to be the player. We're creating a folder, it's saying the parent to the player. We can set the leaderstats.name, so you can set the name to be leaderstats. Right now we're going to create a variable for the rank, so you can do local rank. It's going to be equal to instance.new. We're going to create a string value. Alright, and we can do comma player, not player, comma leaderstats, just like that. Creating a string value, saying the parent of it to Leaderstats. You can set the names of the rank, so you can do rank.name. It's going to be equal to rank, just like that. And rank.value. It's going to be equal whatever rank you want the player to start out with. So for me, when 9 players join, they're going to have the noob rank, just like that. So you can see the rank.value equals noob. They're going to set the rank to whatever new players are going to start with. So now we're going to create an int value for the level that the player's on, which is basically a number version of rank. So we can do local level is going to be equal to instance.new, and you can add in an int value. And comma, we're going to set the parent of it to the rank, so it's going to be inside of the rank. You can do level.name, it's going to be equal to level, just like this, and level.value equals 1. So the level isn't going to be visible, it's just for scripting purposes. Now we're going to create some experience so we can level up. So local exp is going to be equal to instance.new, new int value, comma player, setting the parent of it to the player. We can do exp.name is going to be equal to exp, and experience dot value is equal to 0. Right now we're going to get the required experience. So local required experience is going to be equal to instance.new, and we're going to get a int value again, comma player. You can do required exp.name. It's going to be equal to required experience. And then we can do required experience dot value is going to be equal to whatever number of experience you want your player to start out with. So for me, when my player first starts, I want him to have to gain 1,000 experience for him to level up. Alright, so now that we have all of our leader stats values right here, what we're going to do now is we're going to create a leveling system. So what we can do now is we're going to check whenever the experience has changed. So we can do experience dot changed :connect function, and we don't need a parameter, so I'm just going to leave that blank. So we're going to check if the experience is greater than the required experience. So we can do if experience is greater than or equal to required experience. Then we can do if level is less than, and whatever your max level is going to be. So we're going to decide right now what your max level is going to be. So if your max level is going to be 5 levels, then you're going to do 5. If you're going to have 10 levels, you're going to do 10. If you have 3 levels, you're going to do 3. For me, I'm going to have 5 levels, so I'm going to do if level is less than 5, then we're going to do exp.value equals exp.value minus required exp.value. So we're getting rid of our experience to level us up. Then we can do level.value is going to be equal to level.value plus 1. Alright, now here is where we're going to update our rank. So we can do if level is equal to 2, then we can go ahead and do rank.value is going to be equal to, and then we're going to add in what our second rank is going to be. So as you recall, our first rank is noob, so our second rank is going to be semi-noob, and we can set the required experience for semi-noob to level up. We can do required experience dot value is going to be equal to whatever you want. I'm just going to do 10,000, I guess. So you're just going to create how much experience you want your character or your players to gain so they can level up to the next level after semi-noob. Alright, now we're going to do else if level equals 3, then. So this is checking if they leveled to 2. This is checking if they leveled up to 3. What we can basically do is copy this right here and paste it. Instead of being rank.value equals semi-noob, we're just going to change the rank. So I'm just going to do average, just like that. And required experience.value, instead of being 10,000, it can be 25,000. Alright, so now we can do else if level is going to be equal to 4, then. So now we're checking if the level is 4. Again, we're just going to paste this, and we're going to change the rank and the required experience. So I can do pro as the rank, and let's do like 50,000 for this. To level up, you're going to need 50, not 500,000, 50,000 to level up. And then one last else if level is going to be equal to 5, because I have 5 ranks. Then go ahead and paste this one last time. Instead of being semi-noob, we can do godly. So we're going from noob, semi-noob, average, pro, and then godly. And then we're going to delete the required experience because you cannot rank up after the max rank. So you're going to keep dealing with all these else ifs until your max rank, and then you're going to delete the required experience on the max rank. Alright, and that is it for our Leaderstats script. You can see that my rank is indeed noob, but I have no way to level up, and I have no GUI showing me my level progress and what level I am, and I do not have my tag. So what we're going to do now is we're going to create our GUI for our leveling. So in Starter GUI, you can go ahead and add in a screen GUI. You can rename this GUI to ranked GUI if you want to. Now inside this GUI, click the little plus sign and add in a frame, which we can then name to background. So I'm going to go ahead and scale this up real quick. Right, so I have it scaled up. You can go ahead and click the little plus sign and add in a UI corner, so we can make it round. And the corner radius, I'm just going to do 0.05 comma 8, not 0.05, 0.5 comma 8, just like that. And then I'm just going to move it into the wall just a little bit. Alright, so in this background frame, we can add in another frame, and we can rename it to be bar background, just like that. So we have background and we have the bar background. Alright, so I have made the bar this big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the UI corner, move it into the bar background. In the bar background, we can go ahead and add in a UI stroke, so that way there's like an outline and you can see the difference between the background and the bar background. And we can also add in a UI gradient. So what we're going to do is on the color for the UI gradient, and click these little 3 dots. What we're going to do is we're just going to set our gradient. So I am just going to go for a sort of light gray to dark gray gradient. Now in the bar background, we can go ahead and add in another frame, which we can go ahead and rename to bar. You're going to go ahead and set the size of it to be 0, 0, 1, 0. So you can see it is just a little sliver right there. And then we can go ahead and select these UI corner, UI gradient, and UI stroke. We can duplicate it and move it into the bar just like this, so it has the same stuff. And we can just go ahead and customize the gradient real quick. Instead of being light gray to dark gray, I have made it light blue to dark blue, so I could just go ahead and close it. Alright, now in the ranked GUI, we can just go ahead and add in a text label, and we can make it the size of the, and we can scale it to be the size of the background bar. So we can just go ahead and customize the text. We can make the text scaled. You can set the text of it just to be 0 out of 0, right? You can set the background transparency to 1, and we'll make the font Gotham Black. And lastly, we can rename this label to experience label. Now we can go ahead and duplicate this label and move it down here. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, just like this. And we can rename this one to rank label, just like that. Instead of the text being 0 to 0, we can set the text to be rank, colon, and then whatever your default rank is. So for me, I'm just going to do rank, colon, noob. And I'm just going to set the color of it. I'm just going to set the color of the text to be green, just like that. So in the background frame here, we can go ahead and add in a local script, which we can go ahead and rename to handler, just like that. So you can create a variable for the player. So you can do local plr equals game.players.local player. So now we're gonna get all of these values that we made in the Leaderstats here. So we can do local experience equals player colon wait for child experience. We can do local required experience equals to player or plr colon wait for child quotations required experience. And then we can create one for the rank, so we can do local rank equals player dot leaderstats colon wait for child and then we can do quotations, and we can get rank, and lastly we can create a variable for the level. So we can do local level is going to be equal to rank colon weight for child parentheses quotations level, just like that. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set the rank text down here. So we can do script dot parent dot rank label. Oops, I accidentally put a space in rank label. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete the space real quick. Okay, script dot parent dot rank label dot text is going to be equal to quotations rank colon and then space, and then outside of the quotations you can do dot rank dot value, just like that. Now we're going to go ahead and tween the GUI right here. We're going to go ahead and tween this bar whenever we get experience. So you can do script dot parent dot bar background dot bar colon tween size. We're gonna get udem2 dot new. Alright, and then we can do exp dot value divided by required exp dot value. Alright, and then we can do comma 0, comma 1, comma 0, just like that. And then we can set the experience label text, which is this little label right here. So we can do script dot parent dot experience dot text is going to be equal to exp dot value, and then we can do dot quotation marks. We can do / outside of the quotation marks. You can do dot again, and then we can do required experience dot value. They're saying the text to be experience out of required experience. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make the bar update whenever the experience changes. So you can do exp dot changed colon connect function. Alright, and we don't need a parameter, so I'm just going to leave it blank. If the level is less than the max value or the max level, so if level dot value is less than 5, which for me is the max level, so whatever your max level is, then we're gonna wait a quarter second, so 0.25 seconds. And then we're going to copy lines 8, 9, and 10, and we can just paste it on line 15, just like that. Now we can add in an else, alright, and go down. Again, we're going to wait 0.25 seconds. So if the player is the max level, we're going to copy line 8 and paste it right here, so it displays the rank, alright. And we're going to set the text of the experience, so we can do script dot parent dot experience dot text is going to be equal to quotations max level, and then we can make the bar cover the entire background, so we can do script dot parent dot bar background dot bar colon tween position or tween size. We can do udem2 dot new, and then we can do 1, 0, 1, 0. So we're making it cover the bar is covering the entire background, and then we can do comma 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, so we're doing 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So a lot of numbers. Alright, so there's 2 more things we need. 1, a way to get experience, and 2, a head GUI that shows what rank we are. First, let's work on our experience giving part. So you can just insert a part here and customize it real quick. Alright, so I've just anchored it and changed the color and material. In this part, we can go ahead and add in a script. Alright, so this script is going to give us experience when we step on it or when we touch the part. So we can do script.parent.touched::connect function sets parameter to hit. So it's checking if something touched the part. So now we're going to check if the player touched it. So you can do if hit dot parent find first child humanoid. Then we're going to create a variable for the player. So local player is going to be equal to game.players get player from character. We can do in the parentheses, we can do hit.parent. Now we're gonna add in experience. So we have the player. We're gonna add experience to the player. So we can do player dot experience dot value is going to be equal to player dot experience dot value plus, let's just give them 500. Right, so now we're just gonna add in the debounce so it's not buggy. So we can do script.disabled is going to be equal to true. We're gonna wait 0.5 seconds, and we can do script.disabled equal to false. So we're just disabling the script for half a second, so that way it doesn't bug. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add like 5 of these. I'm going to change the color of each one, and each one's going to give a different amount of experience. Alright, so the yellow one, you could open the script. So being 500, it can be 2,500. The green one, instead of being 500, it can be 5,000. The red one, instead of being 500, it could be 10,000. And the pink one, instead of being 500, it can be 25,000, just like that. So now every part gives more experience. So let's go ahead and test it out. So you can see the bar updated. It says 0 out of 1,000 experience required. If we step on this part right here, you can see we gained 500 experience out of 1,000 in the updates. You can step on it again. Nothing happens. Right, guys, I figured it out. I've made a lot of mistakes in Leaderstats here. As you can see, first of all, line 22, if experience, it should be if experience dot value, as well as required experience right here should also be required experience dot value. And line 23, it says if level. Instead of being if level, it should be if level dot value. Same thing with line 26. If level should be if level dot value. Line 29, else if level dot value. Same thing with line 32, should have a dot value. And line 35 should also have a dot value right there. I'm not sure how I missed that many values, but I did, so make sure you fix that. Alright, so now if we test it out, as you can see, if I step on this, I gained some experience. I step on it again, and my rank is now semi-noob, as you can see, so updated up here. And if I rank up again, you can see that my rank is average. If I were to rank up again, now my rank is pro, and if I rank up after this, you can see that my rank is godly. And whenever my experience updates, you can see now it says max level, but we do not have our tag. So now that is what we are going to make. In the plugins tab on the top of the screen, you can click on the rig builder plugin and insert a block rig. In the block rig, you can go ahead and click on the little plus sign and add in a billboard UI. and you can go ahead and add it into the head. In the billboard UI, you can set the studs offset to be 0, 1.5, 0, and the max view distance, so being infinite, I'm just going to do 25 studs. In the billboard UI, you can go ahead and add in a text label. In the text label, you can go ahead and set the text scaled, and you're going to set the text to your first rank. So for me, it's noob. You can make the color whatever you want. So for me, noob is going to be brown. There we go. And then I can lastly set the font to be goth and black. And actually, I'll make it, I think, Luckiest Sky. Yeah, Luckiest Sky is better. And I can make the background transparency to 1. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to number this 1. Alright, just going to name the GUI 1. And you can duplicate it. And what we're going to do is we're going to edit the billboard UI. Instead of the text being noob, we can do it semi-noob, because that's the rank. And instead of being brown, we can make it orange, just like that. And we can rename the surface UI to 2, or billboard UI to 2. I can duplicate it again. I can rename it 3, and I can set the text to be average, and I can make the color to be green, or darker green, because that's bright. There we go. I can duplicate it again, and basically you're just going to do the same thing for all of your ranks. Alright, so as you can see, I have a different billboard GUI for each of my ranks, and they are all numbered accordingly. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all of these and move them into server storage, just like that. Now we can go ahead and add in a script into server script service, and we can go ahead and rename this one to tag handler, just like that. So first thing we're going to do is create a variable for server storage. So we can do local server storage. It's going to be equal to game:get service server storage. Alright, so now we're going to check when a player is added. So we can do game.players.player_added :connect function, and then we can make the function player, set the parameter to player. So now we're going to check when the character is added or spawned in. So we can do player.character_added :connect function. And you can set the parameter to char for character. Alright, so now we're going to create some variables for the level and the rank. So you can do local level. It's going to be equal to player :weight for child. Alright, and then we can get Leaderstats .rank .level, and then we can do local level value, or val is going to be equal to level .value. So we're just getting the value of the level. So now we're going to create a variable for the tag. The local rank tag is going to be equal to server storage :find first child, and then we can get level value, and then we can do :clone. We can do rank tag .parent is going to be equal to character char.head. We're setting the parent to be the character's head. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to update the tag whenever the player's rank is changed. So you can do player.leaderstats .rank.level.changed :connect function. And we don't need a parameter this time. Right, so what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna go ahead and copy lines 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you can copy them and paste them right here, because it's the same thing. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a variable for the last rank. So we're gonna delete the old tag. So this is giving the player a new tag. So now we need to delete the old one. So local last rank is going to be equal to level value -1. And that's going to be the value of the last rank. So you can do if last rank is greater than 0, then we're going to do char dot head dot colon find first child. Alright, and we're going to get last, last rank. And we're going to do colon destroy. Alright, and just like that, we were going to go ahead and test it out. It's already not working. It says level is not a valid member of players.netherite dev.leaderstats. Alright guys, we figured it out. It's because level is trying to get level from the leader stats. Level isn't in leader stats. Level, as you can see, local level is parented to the rank. So line 5, instead of being dot level, it's going to be dot rank dot level, just like that. Same thing with line 10. I made the same mistake. Instead of being checking for it in the leader stats folder, we're going to get it in the rank value. Alright, so instead of being local level equals player colon wait for child leader stats dot level, it's going to be colon wait for child leader stats dot rank dot level. So now if we go ahead to test it out, you can see I spawn in with the noob tag, and if I were to touch this, I experience upgrades, and now I am ranked up to semi-noob. Yes, it's working. You guys don't know how glad I am. It's been an hour and 14 minutes since I started this recording. Whew. Alright, so now if we were to level up again, alright, just 1,000 more, and yes, now our rank is average. Alright, and now our rank is pro when we level up again. If we were to level up one last time, alright, and now we just need one more level. Now you can see my rank is godly. And if I were to update this real quick, then you can see it says max level, and there's no way that I can upgrade again. So anyways guys, that's it for this video. If this has helped you, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. This took 3 hours to script in the prototype world, and it took almost an hour and 20 minutes to record. And I got a lot of editing to do. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It's been a long tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.